Okay, now we're going to talk about plugin automation snapshots. So one more shortcut in here is Option minus key toggles the automation view in the edit window. So if I'm over here in Pro Tools and I'm going to toggle this automation view, Option minus, and we'll turn these on like this, all your automation stuff here. And if I wanted to, I forget what it was. There's some shortcut here. Can't remember. Can never remember the shortcut. Yeah, I'll have to figure it out and tell you all later. There's a shortcut for going straight to that automation in your view as well. All right, but anyway, let's talk about automation snapshots. Now the snapshots basically allow you to record plugin presets into your sessions automation. It's not real presets. This is kind of a hack that I'm showing you here. It's pretty advanced, so it's not something you're going to use often. I don't really use it much at all. It's not something that you can do in Ableton Live. You can only do it in Pro Tools and in Logic because of the way that record mode works in those two DAWs. But let's say that I have a let's say I've got a weird sci-fi sound. I'm going to move my plugins around a little bit here, and I'm going to put a weird sci-fi sound into here under sci-fi. Boop. So my drums are going to sound kind of weird. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to scroll through some of my presets here. Let's see here. Let's just try these. All right, hear how that sounds. That's one weird sound. Another weird sound. Another weird sound. And I have all these weird sounds in here. So if I wanted to, for whatever reason, I wanted to record in all those sound changes into my session, well, what I can do is I go ahead and I make sure that all of the parameters are auto-enabled in here. So I hold down Control, Option, and Command, the three of them, and I click on the Auto Enable button here, click on that, and they all become auto-enabled. See how they all just turned green here? That's right here. I'm clicking on this button right here. So I click on that, and then I'm going to go over. I don't want to record my volume or anything like that, volume, mute, pan, any of that stuff. So I go to Window, and I click on Automation, and I turn off my volume, pan, mute, all this stuff here. I just turn all this stuff off, so I make sure I'm not going to record any of that. So the only thing that is right enabled is the plugin here. So now once I've done that, I'm going to turn my automation mode over here on the track into write mode down here. Turn that into write mode. So now they're all going to be written. And I'm going to go ahead and turn on this here so I can click on different ones, change my settings around, and hit go. It's going to record that. And it records that one. Now, and I can just like that, boom. And now all of those things were just written in. And if I go look at my track for my sci-fi, they've all got different settings here that all have been messed with. And you can see all those changes are in there. And if we go back and we listen to them, and actually, let's go back and listen and also look at them. Turn this back to read mode. And all those changes are in there for the track. Now, it's not exactly changing my presets in real time. It's a little bit different from that, but it's more or less that's what it's doing. And this is a really cool little feature. This is like a little hack that I found one day. It's a pretty cool thing that I recommend that you use it when the time is right. It's nice to know that it's there, but like I said, it's kind of advanced stuff. So the steps to do this are you insert the plugin onto the track, enable the automation for all the parameters, set the plugin to its default settings, open the automation window, and suspend everything but the plugin here, and set a loop in the timeline for the length of time you want the snapshot applied, which I didn't do that part, and then make sure the track automation is in write mode. Hit play to write the automation to the track, and when you want settings to change, repeat steps 5 through 7. So I just went ahead and opened up the preset button, and I just kind of flipped through them so you could see me doing it a bunch of times. Now, if you've set your plugin and you love the settings and you don't want it to change ever, what I can do is I can click on the Safe button right here. Here's my Safe button. Click on that, and it turns green. And now, even if I put it in write mode, see, nothing turns red. It's all still green because my plugin is in safe mode. So that's that one there. Cool. All right. Let's go ahead and talk about the pencil tool now. So the pencil tool allows me to draw automation in, like I showed you in the beginning, but allows us to draw shapes. So if I go over here to my vintage filter, and let's take a look at that vintage filter cutoff here. What we've got in here, I'm going to turn on my automation parameters on again. And this is my cutoff here. Now let's say that I want my cutoff to go up and down in a regular pattern. What I can do is I can go up here to my pencil tool, and I can select one of these shapes. Let's select triangle. And now I just click and I drag across. And what it does is it puts the shape in depending on my grid. Let's do it backwards like this. That's, well, yeah, that's fine. So I click and I drag, and now listen to it. And when you click, there's two things I'm clicking on right now. One is I'm just not two things, but there's two directions we can drag. I'm clicking here. Oops. And if I click and drag up or down, you can see it adjusts how much I'm actually adjusting it. Like that. See that? I click and I drag up and down, or like this. And you get used to it. You kind of get used to how it works. Like that. If I wanted to go faster, what I do is or slower, I adjust the grid up here. And you just click and you drag across. And this is a pretty cool feature. Now, let me just show you something real quick. If you are into any of the dubstep, which is, or bass music with anything that's got wobbles in it, what you can do is, let me go ahead and put in here like a bass type of thing. And I'm going to use the vacuum synth because I think I've got that one in here. Instrument. Do I have it? Oh, I don't have it. I need to load that in. I thought I had it in here. Let me just double check to make sure I don't have it. Yeah, I don't have it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and use, let's use the Mini V3, which is just a mini Moog. And I'm going to record this in. Maybe. Why are we, oh, I just muted it, that's why. That's why. Alright, so we're going to go over here. We're going to record this, turn that down a little bit. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get rid of all the sci-fi stuff. I don't want that in there. So I'm just going to cut that one out. Alright, so we're just going to go in here and record. Bypass this. Recording in like this, so. Cool, got that there. I'm gonna go ahead and quantize that real quick. And this is all stuff I'm gonna talk about on Wednesday, how to do all this stuff here. Boop, move that over like that. Cool, okay, so we got that there. Actually, let me delete that, just use this one. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and automate this cutoff frequency here. Okay, so this is just one way to do this, what I'm about to do. There's other ways to do it that are, some of them are a little bit better for stuff, but modern dance fighting music, it actually, yeah, I agree. It's like angry robots fighting. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and modulate this cutoff frequency here. So I go over here to auto. All my features, all the things are in here. And the one we want is cutoff right here. Boom. And you can see that list is mad annoying. Just insanely annoying because it's just way too much stuff. So, but I know which one I want to do is cutoff right there. And I don't think they have it set up. Yeah, this one here is not set up for you to claw click. There we go. Okay, it's not set up to claw click. It's you can't do it because it's a third-party plugin. But what I'm going to do here is I've got this. I went ahead and I did my cutoff frequency. I go to clips down here, and let's go all the way down to the bottom. And it's hard to see my mouse, but there it is right there. Mini V3 all the way at the bottom. Hit cutoff, and now I'm going to go ahead and put some wobbles in there using my pencil tool. And let's use that there. Boom. Okay, and then let's go ahead and move that over there. So I'm going to use my pencil tool. I'm going to grab this. I'm going to copy and paste it so it starts right in the beginning there like that. Boom. And we're going to change this to 16th notes. And I'm going to zoom in a little bit here and use the pencil tool again. And like that, let's go like this direction here. Like this, and we'll put in some faster ones. Like this. And we'll put in some slower ones, but with triplets. What? Tony, calm down there, you wobble monster. And turn off the triplets, and we'll get like a slower one right there. Let's scoot over a little bit here for the last one. Get some faster ones again. We're wobblelicious. Go to the 8th note, triplets. What? Okay, so let's listen to that. Cool. It sounds backwards, doesn't it? Huh. Oh, anyway, I'm not going to worry about it too much. So now I've got this in here, and I'm going to go ahead and grab my clip here, clips mode, and if I grab this clip and I duplicate it, all that data will duplicate with it. So if I go back over here to my cutoff, all that cutoff data just duplicated with it. Right, so there you go. So you can see that there. And the cool thing about this is, let's say that if I had robot ears, I'd be in love with it. Yep, absolutely. So let's say that I've got this all the way up like that. I can actually use a different filter on here. If I don't want to use that filter from that company, I could go back over here and I could use my filter that I had earlier. I got this one here, the vintage filter, or I could use a filter from Sound Toys. Let's use the Sound Toys filter, Filter Freak 1. So here's my Filter Freak 1, and I'm going to go ahead and auto enable this one. The triple click does work on this. And the cool thing about using a separate filter here is beep boom, beep boop. I am Electro. My brain is bigger than yours. Over here, so let's see. We can use different types of analog styles in here. Changes the sound. There we go. Yeah, pretty cool there. So so you can do that. We could draw it in, whatever, or I can record it in. Just use this touch mode here. And go back over here and right? And that's a lot of work. I'm moving the mouse furiously around. It's not the best way to do it, but it's the way I'm showing you right now. Once we talk about synthesizers, I'll show you another way to do this. But for the time being, it's a pretty cool little trick, and I'm just going to grab this over here, go back. I can duplicate these clips like this, boom, 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 and now all of that follows along. If I go back down here and look at the frequency here, you can see all that stuff that I just did is over here. Real quick, if you do want to see the quicker way to do this, what I would use is an LFO in here, and the LFO is here. Let's make the LFO follow the is it not? Hold on. Rhythm, here we go. Rhythm, we want the rhythmic LFO here, and it's going to follow our tempo, which is 115. And what we do is we would automate the rhythm here. So go into notes in here and all this stuff here, and if we automate this, can we automate that one? different different plugins allow you to automate different things. The LFO rate, frequency, boom, and let's see if what that does for us. I've actually never done this with this one here. All right, so there's that. So now what we do is we go over here and do our frequency here. And this one here, you wouldn't use the pencil tool for like this. If you're automating the frequency of your LFO, you'd use the kind of the click and drag this thing here. So what we do here is go in here, let's zoom in a little bit, and let's get this one. Yeah. I'm not sure if this is actually going to work with this thing. This is my, oh wait, this is my frequency. Hold on a second, let's change this to frequency. LFO rate, there we go. Rate, boom. There we go, LFO rate. Move that down. Turn this up. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be. Yeah, it's not. That's not actually what we want to automate. We want to automate this rhythm here. It doesn't look like the rhythm is automatable in this plugin. So, and that's fine. I mean, there's, like I said, there's different ways to do it. Really, what you'd want to do is, I would have to use a different plugin for this, I think, if I wanted to do it like this, because it doesn't look like it allows you to change it really easily. So this is not the plugin I would use for this one here. I would use a different plugin. But like I said, we're going to talk about this more on another time. I just want to see if I could just show it to you real quick, and the answer is not with that plugin. So we'll come back to it, or if anybody really wants to learn about it, we can talk about it in Zoom. But basically, here's all your different pencil tools here. Allow you to draw the automation in, draw tempo, map data, redraw an auto waveform. If you zoom way in with the freehand tool, but we're not really going to talk about that because it's not something I recommend that you do. Freehand is just lets you draw stuff in. Line lets you draw lines. Triangle makes a triangle. Square, random, or square or random waveforms. The speed of these is determined by the grid, as I showed you earlier. So if I want the speed to go faster, then I just change my grid up here to make a faster or slower grid, and that changes the speed of things. And these parabolic and S-curves are only for tempo map data. They do not affect automation. So I know they're tempting and they look cool, like, ooh, what can I do with these? But the answer is nothing. All right. And that is the end of our automation data stuff. So I'm going to stop recording right now.